Final scene. You have yellow eyes. All the other blood elves I've seen had green eyes. Even the guys. Why? At this question, Xanna quickly darted her head away from his direction, fidgeting with her fingers a little bit, nervous and trying to think of how to tell him the answer. Well, she tried to start, her eyes still off in another direction, lowering her head a little into her shoulders. And there goes your questing buddy, the now conscious Izzy threw in, covered in bandages and bruises. The irritated girl then slowly pulled out the bat. The voice's eyes widened in horror at it. I'll be good, she said quickly, taking a couple steps away for safety. That's what I thought you said, Xanna said, lowering the bat, still keeping her eyes narrowed on Izzy. Well, what? She heard Akazil say, pulling her back to reality. He didn't mean to be nosy or anything. He was just curious. Head hopping! Well, Xanna said again, exhaling a bit, rubbing the back of her head as she slowly made eye contact with him again. Was all she managed to say before she looked away again. Half blood elf, half night elf. Really? Akazil asked, perking his head up a bit in interest. The halfling girl nodded, still not looking to him, trying to hold back a flinch. And here comes the horrible comment, she thought, thinking of almost everyone she had met in her life. Cool. Xanna sighed, quickly turning back to him. I knew you would say something like that, so I'll just wait, she said, her eyes slightly widening when she caught what he'd said. Did you just say cool? She asked, pointing to him, raising an eyebrow. Receiving a nod, shocked, her jaw dropped a little bit. She quickly shook her head and continued to press on with her questions. As in, you think it's cool and not freaky? And if we wanted to be questing buddies, you wouldn't mind knowing that or try to kill me in the most vicious and brutal way you can think of? Too far, sport. Too far, she heard Izzy say in the background, doing her best to ignore it. Well, it is a little freaky, but he paused. Wait, why would I try to kill you? Don't ask, Xanna muttered, darting her eyes away again. Please, Izzy added, also darting her eyes. Okay, the orc replied, quirking a brow, but not questioning, then quickly shaking his head. Anyways, he went on, it is freaky, but in a good way, and I wouldn't mind at all being questing buddies, he finished with a smile. Really? The halfling replied almost giddily, beaming at his nod. He doesn't mind because he only wants to. Izzy was throwing in, getting hit upside the head extremely hard with the bat. Ow! Son of a bitch! She wailed as she fell. Xanna ignored her cries of pain, wanting to talk with Akazil some more in peace, although she didn't know what to say from being filled with so much joy. She wasn't able to speak at all even, though she did cry, not even knowing she was doing so. Are you okay? The orc asked with concern. You're crying. Was it something I said? He frowned at the girl's nod. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry. That's fine, Xanna squeaked, wiping away her tears. I'm crying because I'm happy, and I'm happy because you're the first person to be nice to me in a very long time. Originally, that line was, you're the first person to be nice to me. As in, he was literally the first person to be nice ever, but this was immediately made contradicted when a new character entered the story. So I had to change that. Really? I figured that other people have said the same thing to you and you were probably getting annoyed with hearing it so much, he said with a smile. At this, Izzy stared at him like he was insane. Where the hell has he been the past 14 years? She questioned, her eyebrows slowly getting higher and higher. Now for that visual, I did visualize that her eyebrow was slowly just raising up and up. Like this part stayed on her face, but this part would just go slowly up. Ignoring her, Xanna smiled at him, very happy at his words. He smiled back, making her blush and turn away. You're such an idiot, her voice said in her usual nonchalant, solemn monotone. Am not, she retorted wittingly, what was left of her tears sliding down her cheeks. R2. Xanna just huffed at this and ignored her once again, going back to the kind orc. All of you must overcome your need to say D2 when Izzy says R2. Overcome it. Or don't, it's fine. Nope. This is the first time in a long time that I've heard somebody say something nice to me. She replied to his comment as she wiped away the rest of her tears. Not even your parents? He asked. Nope. Not even them, Xanna said plainly, standing up and dusting off her backside. Oh, I'm sorry. Akazil quickly tried to apologize, now feeling like a jackass. It's fine, she said, helping him to his feet, annoyed that he was at least a foot taller than her. Would you like to quest with me? He suddenly asked. Yes, she answered with a nod and a smile. He's only gonna... Izzy protested, being hit very hard again with the bat. And you see right there, it got shortened. That's why that's so abrupt. And after that, we are done reading the first chapter. So, oh, this was stupid. This entire first chapter only gets like a 0.1 star out of 5 stars because Izzy is entertaining. The rest of it is awful. It's just terrible. But I guess I could probably give it another 0.1%, so a 0.2%. None. Well, I mean, it's kind of staying true to the blurb. She's meeting a friend, but they're still don't know what's going on. What do you think is going to happen in this story based off of this chapter? Because I know what happens, so that's also part of why I want to give it a low rating. But just based off this one chapter, writing and grammar 0, plot 0 because I don't know where it's going, characters a 0.1 because Izzy's entertaining, but she's not entertaining enough to fix it. So overall, still just pretty much a 0 out of 5, just this one chapter, because it's terrible. Whatever. Nevertheless, what did you like? What did you dislike? What are your predictions for the story just based off this one chapter? Please let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe, whether it's because you like it or because you dislike it and you want to share it to make fun of it. I'm happy for all of it. I'm happy to talk to people. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. May the peace be with you.